In this example, you're going to learn how to push changes from a workflow definition to its running workflow instances. In some cases, you might define a workflow. Then once you start executing, you might realize that you need to go modify the workflow definition by adding new steps and then pushing those changes over to any waiting workflow instances. So let's go ahead and open one of our example workflows. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and open test task choice within the workflow designer. So in this case, I have just a single task to select a color. And let's go ahead and create an instance and execute. And I'm going to do that right from the workflow designer. Now I'm going to go ahead and say create instance. And if we go back to workflow instances, you will see there's a brand new instance that just got created and it's in sleeping status. I can also graphically render this and show you. Now let's say we want to add another step to this workflow. So let me go ahead and duplicate this step and connect the two steps together, and let's call this select make, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. Now what you can do is you can push this change over to any workflow instance that is waiting, um, that is also created based on this particular workflow definition. So we're going to go into workflow definitions. We're going to select the workflow definition and we're going to go to utils and we're going to say update waiting instances. And it found that there's one waiting instance, so we're going to go ahead and say OK. And that particular instance has been updated now. And if I go back to my workflow instances, and if I look at the waiting instance, you will see that it's still waiting on that wait step. Select the color, but it has the latest design now. Now you can see the extra added step that I added called select a make task into the workflow. So this is how you push changes from the design to running workflow instances.